Hi, my name is Nicholas Ghindoc. I am 21 years old with autism, and what I'm into in my personality is that I'm in college now at the moment nowadays and currently taking classes, and as of this class I'm taking Spanish class, which I always liked to take Spanish class for years back in high school and college. And the reason why I need to take Spanish class so I can officially prove even better the way to speak Spanish as of back then in the past years. The way how I used to speak Spanish at first, as I always thought, I do understand and speak the language, but I quite don't speak Spanish quite exactly yet. On the contrary, according to my mother and grandmother, that they say the way I speak, my vocabulary in that language, I sound like I'm speaking Chinese. But it's just Spanish, all right, just in a very broken tone, you know. As a matter of fact, that's called broken languages, broken Spanish, broken English. When people don't speak Spanish perfectly, that they have some sort of an accent or something. That's called broken English, broken languages. Now that I'm taking Spanish class, I am hoping that by the end I finish the semester in the end of April, I'm going to have my Spanish more fully developed and advanced and nearly as perfectly as well as I can speak Spanish like my father, which he is so fluent in Spanish. But however, not quite perfectly in Spanish yet, like you're talking like someone from Cuba, Latin America. No, because you know my dad's not Hispanic, unlike my mom, which now she is, and her family, also known as my maternal family. So I enjoyed taking my class this semester, and another thing about the class I'm taking, it's going out so easily. But one problem about lately in my latest semesters in college, I'm only taking one single class each semester because it had to go slow on me due to my disability. Like you remember what I said about what I have, that I'm in the spectrum, and since I am with college, I had to take more time easily in college so I can spend more time easily and not go too fast, which will become so complicated for me by having to take more classes. To know what happens if I were to take more classes, it's going to be fully mixed up and I wouldn't make it to finish every work I have to do for some certain days each week throughout the semesters. So I'm only taking one class this semester along with my latest 2 semesters. The point with taking only one class is that I'm not that happy with there's not enough classes to earn credits and graduate sooner. And speaking of graduating and finishing college, I want to graduate sooner in a certain year so I can have the fabulous, more successful year. What's better, more special than finishing high school, in the year when I finished high school, I want something happen to occur on me and spend my season, my graduation, and my birthday on the best thing of my life that will ever happen to me. But unfortunately, none of this that I would have been willing for it to be couldn't happen at all because of COVID. And there's still some leftover the pandemic going on remaining, apparently, which now we're in 2023. So it would take me a couple more years to earn the rest of my credits there's left I need to gain so I can get my diploma and job. But now after I finish this semester and then next semesters, I want to take more classes, which actually, well, you see, now taking one class each semester is not enough. But now 3 semesters, I would say it's too much on me. It's complicated and rough for me due to my autism and my disability. So this college semester so far is going fine, as well as I've been even working on some today that I have work due at the last minute tonight before 12. And now, after I'm finishing this part and this topic about my classes I'm taking nowadays, I like to say about my spare time, which I know I've got to say part about myself that I'm here for. Now about my spare time, what I like to do on my free time, relaxing, when I have no work at all to do with my college, is that I always like relaxing in my room and watching movies, and I also like playing on the internet, going on my electronics, navigate through the websites, go on social media and view my posts and looking at videos on YouTube. Also play Google Maps to to practice on directions and traveling for fun. More things got to say. Also, besides speaking of road trips, I'm planning to go on another trip after a 3-night voyage. So I also want to go on a road trip for 2 weeks to other states, to Georgia and North Carolina, and also go to visit other theme park resorts besides Disney World in other states and cities. What I enjoy most of traveling is that every time when I go through this in my life, I enjoy taking photos and videos, as well as I did the same thing when I went on my Islands of Adventure field trips back in my years in high school in 10th and 11th grade. And also I would have had my grad-bash if it wasn't for this COVID, along with my senior prom, my graduation ceremony, and a graduation event I would have committed to celebrate along with my birthday in that time in that season of the year. This past Friday, I went to Night to Shine prom of the year 2023 after they couldn't do this Night to Shine in person for 3 years since last time because of COVID. I went there again. I was expecting the way how I know it's going to be, since I already went to 2 Night to Shine proms, and that was the 3rd time I just went, but the 3rd time of the Night to Shine prom I just went wasn't such a good one because it wasn't the way I expected, and I was disillusioned of the event, and I didn't care for Night to Shine anymore. As a matter of fact, now as it could be about the Night to Shine, to clarify this up, it's not going to be a good place for me anymore, my mom said, because it's not the way I expected. It's not the way how I'm excited, looking forward to be after waiting 3 years for this since last time. Now that you see the other 2 Night to Shine proms back in the past few years that I went were much better times, which I was back in high school that time, and I find it so brilliant and cool and interesting and very fun of seeing a huge event of a crowd with so many tables, which how a prom is supposed to be, as well as this was the same thing happened to my senior prom that I would have had it, but which it couldn't happen to any of us of the year when we graduated. My goals and accomplishments that I'm expecting for them to come to me are that I need to finish college soon and a certain time of the year later this decade, which will hopefully take a couple more years, which I would assume to calculate and estimate how many more credits there I need to take, how much left there is for me to gain in order to finish college. So as when I finish college, as my success, I would finally get my occupation and also have a celebration once shortly after, well, such as a month or so after I finish my very last semester in college. And now, and another thing along with finishing college and getting my job and the celebration during the season of my ending of my life in college, and most of all of my success that I've been looking forward to for years since I was in middle school, is to have a very beautiful girlfriend of mine. And I want her to be pretty and very nice and have a nice and big family. And I want her to have many common things the same way I do, such as what we both like.